for nearly the first time ever, I've streamed long enough or late enough since I took a break in between to actually watch ISC. So we're watching ISC together. It says, well, my camera's in front of it, but 3 minutes ago, inside Star Citizen, behold Seraphim. This is supposed to be the new Port Olisar, and I guess that's what it looks like. It's ugly. I miss Olisar already.
Port Olisar was first introduced alongside the Persistent Universe in Star Citizen Alpha 2.0, and it holds a
It has elevators. It must have elevators. I'm already skeeved out. Port Olisar was great.
special place in the hearts of many who remember those earliest days of Tessa Bannister, comms array missions, and of course the old Big Benny's Challenge. But as Star Citizen's development continues to expand and evolve life in the PU,
Benny's Challenge was a Jared thing. He had a lot to do with that.
Port Olisar has fallen behind in its ability to support the game systems of today.
Never mind. I meant the Benny Henge. The Benny's Challenge was just the community being bored.
Later this year, and certainly beyond. But now there's a new kid on the playground looking to take its role and its job, if not its place in our hearts. And it's scheduled to arrive in the upcoming Alpha 320.
Okay, 320 Port Olisar confirmed. It's gone. I mean, here's the thing. Landing pad only stations are not good. I mean, we just had a crazy fun session because people left their ships on a landing pad at Port Tressler, I believe. So we stole all their ships, stole their guns, and used one of their ships for our own purposes. It was great fun, but you're so vulnerable on a pad.
Port Olisar was our first space station that we put into Star Citizen. It's gone through some minor changes, but for the most part, it's really stayed the same. Just a quick, easy, get in, get out space station. When it was first conceived, basically, it was really
Quick,
just
easy,
a way
get
for
out.
the players
That's
to
what we
spawn
need.
into the solar system. So we had to think about how many habitation halves went in there. We had to think about the stores that were needed, and then a way for players to spawn in their ships. I think that people like it just because it's get in, get out.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's
there's
simple.
that kind of feel. There's no transit loops. There's nothing there that basically extends.
Oh, tell me you appreciate this. Tell me you appreciate this, Todd, and you're going to do it. You're going to do it right.
The timeline and the gameplay. And for the most part, it has all the shops the average
saying
person
why
needs.
we like it.
You know, armor shop, FPS shop. There's a ship item shop there as well. I think the initial implementation of Port Olisar, you know, did everything that we needed it to do. Checked all the boxes. But
now it needs a
obviously,
cargo
as the
deck.
game has evolved and changed over time, like we needed to adjust it. We've added medical gameplay, we've added cargo, and unfortunately, Port Olisar doesn't support any of those game loops, so it became apparent that we need to start investigating
medical too.
a way to
You can't respawn on
change it
Port
or
Olisar.
adjust it and bring it up to speed.
How does it go out is the real question. A challenger appears. Will it be a different station? Seraphim. Okay.
Seraphim Station is the official name for what we've been calling Olisar 2.0 internally for quite a while now.
Bro, this guy's name is Cairo Goodbrand. That's one of the coolest names I've ever heard.
What we initially set out to do is to create this really grand space station with a really fantastic sense of scale that players could have a really good time flying in and around and also to and from. So we had a really good time playing around with different design languages and shape languages that we could then use to come together for the final product. We were also working on lots of shape studies involving the silhouette of the station to make sure it was reminiscent of other stations, and also to bring our own unique spin on it.
So-
Yeah, they kept the center open so you can still have that flying through the rings feeling, I guess.
Seraphim Station is a homage to Port Alisar in the way that it looks. We're keeping the rings, and but then it's also taking all of the existing Leo Station gameplay and bringing that over to that station.
Okay.
It's much larger and much more extravagant than anything that we've done before in terms of our space station kit. But this is utilizing the kit in the way that we haven't before, and it's created much more unique identity for it than anything else, I think. I think the gameplay around it is going to be very cool, specifically just, you know, seeing it for the first time, approaching it.
I mean, this is one of the
There's
reasons.
multiple hangars, view rooms all over the station, providing you with, you know, beautiful views of the planet at the right time of day. Extremely large station, probably 4 to 5 times bigger than Alisar. So
Where's the new
we
gameplay?
have everything.
I mean, there is no new gameplay that they're adding here, but this is like a really meaningful update to do. This Port Alisar, again, like they did it at the beginning, is if you've played this game for a while, it has so much meaning. The things that have happened at Port Alisar, the fights that have happened, the first time you left in 2.0, right? Like the history here is insane.
That you could possibly need inside. It has various sets of hangars and halves in the center of the first 2 rings, and those are going to be where players are going to be landing their ships, collecting their ships, and the general gameplay that occurs over there. Then towards the back end of the ship, we have the cargo area, which is going to incorporate that gameplay as well. So this is how we sort of mixed and matched all of these together to create something a little bit more unique. We also have docking tubes and everything else that players could need to traverse along this big structure.
It has the medical clinic areas. It has cargo, everything there that's needed to support all of
respawn here now.
our careers that are being developed and growing.
I mean, this is important for many reasons. They can't work on long-term reputation that could potentially have you not being able to spawn at Grimhex if you don't have enough rep with the Ninetails. So your only place to spawn around Crusader would be Orison. Like, you need the option to spawn above it, right?
The whole need for the station was that we're trying to have a focus on and introduce bounty gameplay into each station as much as we can. So each station also has a security dock integrated into it as well. That is going to be where all of the bounty gameplay is going to be happening, and you're going to be directed towards that.
Bro, why didn't they do cargo decks like this?
And so it will be the replacement, so to speak, for Alisar. Alisar is not going anywhere. We know what a historical thing it is for the players.
We will pay proper homage to it later. And we were trying to find ways to basically send it off. Obviously, I think if we did a new space station and just renamed it Port Alisar, the old Port Alisar that they loved then just goes away completely. But basically, for right now, we need to remove it, and then we'll be putting in Seraphim Station in its place, and then in the future, we'll talk about what we're going to do with Port Alisar.
I don't like that, bro. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Now, I'm sure there's like game reasons to do it, but I really think that it should be left in the game, Seraphim Station put somewhere else, and then do an event, a proper event to get rid of it. Right? I don't think that's a way to send it out and the history of the game and stuff like that, but I'm sure the game can't handle an extra station or something in the area. I don't know. How do you say it?
So the way that we set up our Leo stations, all of them are future-proofed and allow us to add new modules to them via our internal transit loop, and the way that we set up the object containers within the game and load. And
bro, I love how they said these are module, and then they show Grimhex, which is like not able to be upgraded, I don't think.
This is also becoming future-proof for when we add new things to the station. Port
Nice.
LSR, it was so small. There was no place to add or grow, and there was no transit loops so that we can fill and block off or open new loops to get to new areas. And with Seraphim, this allows us to continue that same thought process and to get everything that we need
I just
to
don't think it
give
should
to the
be
player
removed.
in that area. Either things that Ryzen is missing or things that Grimp Hex might be missing. This allows us to basically make sure that the player has a local area and a local space station to acquire anything that they might
Wait
need.
till the end?
So
Okay.
as new careers come
Stop
online,
spoiling,
whether
though.
that be bounty hunter or exploration or other things, this opens new ways for us to actually go in and add new decks, new content. So Seraphim actually fixes all of that. The whole sea is coming, and with the cargo decks and the gameplay that we needed to load the whole sea, we felt that this was the right time to introduce it to the game.
Yeah, we should make it a derelict station. Hell
I don't
yeah.
think you can say it's better station than Port Olisar. I think like Port Olisar has become a monument to the players, and it's got its own value. That I think we try to
just
honor
don't
that
forget
as
that.
much as possible, and I think we try to create our own take on that as much as possible. So I like to think that we ended up saying that we were all very happy with.
I think they did a good job with Seraphim Station. I will say that it looks good. I think they did, from an art standpoint, they paid the right homage, and I think that that's good. But I wish they were able to keep both in at the same time, you know?
I wouldn't say it is better than Olisar, no.
For marketing purposes, it's better.
For marketing purposes, it's absolutely 100% 3 times better than Olisar, statistically.
For marketing purposes.
So, what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that Port Olisar's days are numbered when that new hotness, Seraphim
I was
Station,
about to say, that was ISC. There's literally 4 minutes
comes
left in the
online in
video.
the upcoming Alpha 320. That it'll be home to all the present-day amenities and capabilities current space stations have to offer. And of course, be better set up for future developments, cargo, bounty hunting, and all the other commercial and industrial gameplay systems that'll continue to evolve in subsequent patches later this year. We also want to give a big shout out to some massive bar citizens that have happened over the last 2 weeks, including those near each studio in Los Angeles, Austin, Montreal, Manchester, Frankfurt, as well as some absolutely enormous ones in Shanghai with roughly 1,500 people, followed by Hong Kong, and if I'm not mistaken, Incheon, South Korea coming up this Saturday, Paris the Saturday after that, and then of course, my absolute favorite each and every year, Cologne, Germany for Gamescom. It's a terrific way to celebrate a birthday, I can promise you that.
Cologne's
and while we're
awesome.
talking celebrations, CitizenCon, the big live in-person event, is returning after a 4-year hiatus this year with a 2-day event in my hometown of Los Angeles. It's your chance to meet your favorite developers and fellow citizens in person and pitch which ship you think should be made next directly to John Cruz's face, or even how you think a particular gameplay system should work directly into Todd Pappy's eyes. They're not allowed to leave. They legally have to stand there and listen. General tickets are on sale today, and you can check the website for details on the when and the what for. And as for me, it's that time of year where ISC goes on hiatus. We're going to take a few weeks to recharge some batteries, give the devs a break from having to fake appendicitis every time they see me coming, and plot out the next quarter's worth of weekly content.
Oh.
If you've been around for a while, you know what Q3 heading into CitizenCon is like. For Inside Star Citizen,
Yeah,
I'm Jared
nothing.
Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process
What do you
of
need a
game
break
development
to
with
give
you.
us nothing
We'll see y'all
for?
here in about a month.
The guy's taking a break to give us nothing.
Port Olisar, first station of the Stanton system, gone missing in Alpha 320 and replaced without rhyme or reason. Where did it go? What happened to it? Who doesn't want us to know? That's where our team of brilliant researchers and recreationists on the ISC Gameplay Capture Team come in, with a theory not based in science, fact, or anything Todd Pappy would have you believe, but instead what feels right to them in the distorted, reason-askew minds of Will, Dave, and Alex.
that's the way it should go out. Did you see the T-posing NPC?
Thanks for stopping by.
Now, we make no claims to know what really happened, and we certainly didn't ask anyone that could have told us. Instead, we offer one potential reality
I'm so
for you
glad that
alone
ad
to
is gone,
judge.
yes.
For unresolved miseries, I'm the person talking to you now. Bye.
That was Visit Orison. It's beautiful. That was good. I mean, I think that's the way that it should go out, like an accident or the Nine Tails or whatever did something like that. But it sounds like they still haven't decided, and that's you know, the classic ISC. Let's just make something up that isn't real, and that they'll do something at some point. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens to it one day, and I'm excited to actually have. I prefer to be around Crusader. It's my favorite spot to spawn, and to have that station above Orison that you can now spawn at with all the amenities that it has is going to be good. So, you know, it's needed, but I do think I want to see it go out the right way. I want to see it go out the right way. And so far, just taking it out and replacing it just doesn't feel right, you know? Yeah. An event or something would have been good. Do Xenothreat at Port Olisar or something. Yeah, it's our first home. But I'm not going to sit here and complain. I think it's a overall improvement to things. But yeah, it just means a lot to us, that place. So